Well, hey guys, how you doing? Um, we're back over here. I brought this load of wood over. A lot of it's like it ain't quartered up. It chunked in half just enough to handle to get in the truck. It's all super freaking heavy. Then there's some more of this willow oak we'd cut up, but that's what we're here to do. But maybe you'd seen there's a few pieces of cedar in there that was like petrified. Like when I set the saw in it, it was like sparks flying off of it, but it'd be some really good wood. This saw here, familiar, this one we've had Dolly. My wife like it things like with saw many colors, hence the name Dolly. I'm half tempted to dye it all black, but I probably won't. Probably just leave it alone. By now maybe you've seen a video on this. It hadn't been ran in probably a better part of 2 years. Got it out, didn't take a lot of persuasion. Got it running. That chain, I don't know, I done with it what I could. I may try some more things with it later, but it's like a, it's probably 50-year-old semi-chisel. 404. I think a bar is a lot of the problem. I think it binding up in the bar, just not, tracking straight and causing it to cut slow, but it'll work good to chunk some of this up. But that's kind of the plan. We're just gonna run these things, have a little fun, get it stacked up, and there's actually still one more load of this wood from that tree. I don't know if we'll get it or load it on Dad's truck the next time he's up there, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. But anyway, quit running my mouth, and I gotta get some more oil in this mac. It kind of about pours straight through it. And see if we can get her fired back up and get some of this stuff unloaded and chunked up. Hey guys, how is everybody? Honestly got the other wood sitting on the truck right now. Guys, always be careful. Always be careful when running these old saws with no safety features. No matter how big it is or how slow it pulls, and you'll see why here in just a second. Got it in slow-mo. Honestly, not ever had this happen. It freaked me out a little bit, but should be getting close to the clip. But this thing kicked back, and should be when I go back into the wood here. She's telling me that the saw was stopped up with noodles, which it was. It's covered, doesn't deflect chips very well at all. But we go back into the cut. Once I get to the bottom of it, this thing bound up, kicked back, and dang near whacked me in the head. It caught me totally off guard. Right there, it probably came within a good foot of the GoPro on my head, no joke. It is what it is. Just guys, be careful and be safe. But with that said, welcome to any newcomers. I welcome you to subscribe to the channel. I try to upload multiple times a week. We do a little bit of everything. I just don't stick to one saw. I like them all, build them all. Had this old Mac, would sit on the shelf a couple of years. I'm like, I'm gonna get that thing out and run it a little bit. She's old, she's tired. It was seized when I bought it. It's Frankenstein together from parts from other saws that I've junked out over the years. But you could take this thing and still put wood on your truck. I think a more modern bar and chain setup would help it a lot. That's something we may do eventually. I wouldn't care to pull it down and re-ring it, reseal it. Honestly, there's not a lot of port work you can do with these. It ain't really necessarily a clamshell. The bearings are kind of fixed in one spot in the engine block. It's not a removable head engine, so they just are what they are. Relatively low compression, but you can pull on this thing and pull on it, and it'll slow down to where it'll almost stall, but the chain never stops. It just keeps grinding. But I think a more modern 3/8 setup with an 8-pin on it and freshen up the engine would do wonders for it. It's just fun to get it out and tinker with it, but honestly, I'd done a video earlier in the day, and the saw performed a little better at the house than it was here. I don't know, the last couple pieces, it was like something opened up in the saw. I'm kind of wondering if maybe a reed wasn't stuck in it. The last 2 rounds I chunked up, it ran and pulled good. I'd ran this saw some in the past, and thought that it ran a little better than it was here in the beginning of this, but I mean, come on, this thing was made in 1964, I think was the first year of it, so it's going on 60 years old. There's no complaining about this at all. It just continued to fire up and run every time. Didn't shut off till I cut it off. There was one occasion I think I hit the switch with my leg, which is right on the side of the starter cover. If you just bump them, they shut off. But couldn't imagine working with this. This setup is so heavy. And I'm a pretty big guy. It's honestly heavier than my 880 with a 32-inch bar on it. It's 24-inch hard nose. Just old wore-out stuff, but again, just still fun to get out and mess with. Just trying to make these things a little easier to handle. Just running an old saw, trying to have a good time. Just was not expecting it to kick back and about take me out, though. It just shows how easy you could get hurt with a saw. I've had saws bind up and kick back, but never at that slow of a speed and, kick back up almost into your head. And again, 0 safety features on these at all, but it is what it is. I'd also pulled out another saw. We'll get to it in a little bit. I think I'll discuss it in a little bit when we get to it. So maybe, I don't know, in the timeline once I get to that saw. I think I'm going to do another one with the Mac, maybe. Yeah, looks to be. But anyway, I'd brought another saw with me that'd been sitting on the shelf for a while. The saw that we named Dolly, the saw of many colors. I think I'll discuss it here in a little bit if I didn't at the beginning of the video. Once I get to that saw. I don't remember how many I chunked up with that old Mac, but again, that thing just kept going and going. Here we go. This started as a set of 2171 cases. Everything OE in the bottom end, flywheel, clutch, oiler, all of that. OEM carb, Farmer Tech plastic, Farmer Tech big bore top end. No machine work, no nothing. But the exhaust reef on it wasn't touched. It is where it is. I've run this saw very little. I don't know how it'll handle any of this. Guys, we got that out of the way, but this saw surprised me. It ran a lot better than I thought it was going to. I'd ran it before, but it'd been probably well over a year. I think we took it to Dad's place and actually fell these the willow trees that are in the truck, the grounds of wood. It may have been closer to 2 years ago. It was just right after when the saw was built. I might have took it over to the property last summer when we clear cutted the section where the cabin's at, so I really don't know. I know it's sat on the shelf for a long time. I'd get it out and start it every now and then, but other than that, it'd sit. It's OEM John Zerd cases, flywheel crank, clutch, ignition coil. I think this saw even has an OEM intake elbow and carburetor on it, but it does have, Farmer Tech plastic. It's got a Farmer Tech big bore top end, just mildly ported, just, the bridge in front of the transfers took down, and I think some intake timing through at it maybe. Just general mild stuff you would do without doing machine work. And I'd had thoughts of going back into this saw, but I'd actually ran it some more today, and I guess the rings are starting to seed in it, and it's starting to get even more power. I'm just not much into pulling apart, good saws that run good. I think we got the old Mac again here. This may be where it, I don't know if it was this one, but one of the cuts, that thing just, I don't know, it was like it was floody, but it cleared out, and it went to pulling and running really well after that. So I don't know if something was up, maybe with the ignition, or I don't know. Looks like we're back to the John Zerd now. We're jumping back and forth. I do run that Mac again here in a little bit, but back to this saw. It's getting stronger and stronger every time it's been ran. It's that Hull's Farmer Tech full wrap handlebar I've got on one of those last orders. Thing feels really nice. Got a good feel to it. I probably just leave this saw the hell alone. Why pull it back apart? It has just enough grunt. It's super fast in the cut, and that is a 28-inch full chisel. If I built 365s that are stronger, probably. This thing probably makes stock compression, maybe a little more due to it being a big bore, but you don't have to have a decomp on it at all. But, like I said, it runs good enough. I just don't have reason to tear back into it. I've got several there that's that way. But anyway, guys, I think we're done here. Y'all have a good one.
We chunked up all the wood. Got it piled up. Got a mountain of noodles. That big saw pulled a big string out of it. It kept stopping up. I think the whole time I've been running that thing today, it may have had a reed kind of stuck. I don't know, but I've got it on camera here. It all at once opened up. I went to revving out, and just running all right at the house, but it opened up here and went to pulling like it normally, or how it should. But those old saws are just funny. They are what they are. But anyway, get out of the dang sun. I think we're gonna pack up and get out of here till the next one. Y'all stay safe. Everybody have a great day.